Welcome, everybody. It is me. It is the Cyber Warrior. This is CyberWarriorStudios, and we all know what you're here for. You're here for Security Happy Hour. But before we get going, I got to say that this is going to be an amazing show. And the reason this is going to be an amazing show is because, like I stated on social media, from here on out, it's going to be all new people. Not the big names, not the ones that are out there, all new people. So, I hope you are ready for an amazing episode because this starts a new chapter in our journey. And we're back. We're back. Hello, everybody. So, with me, as always, I have my partner in crime, my friend, my brother, the dancing grandma king, Eric Velardo. Eric, how's it going, man?
Is that me? Okay. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? I'm hoping you are ready for an awesome show tonight. Let's get this started.
Yeah, definitely. So, as I stated, my goal on Security Happy Hour from its inception was to get new people and people that have never talked before in front of a crowd, a voice, so that they can be heard, they can find their jobs, they can make a way in their career field. Well, that starts tonight. So, our first guest tonight for this new story that we're on, this new journey we're going to walk, is Cary. Cary, please introduce yourself. Let people know what you're all about.
Well, I guess there's not much to say. My name's Cary Chiasson. I live in Texas. And I'm trying to get in the computer field, or trying to get into, I don't know, somewhere in computers, and basically I don't know where, but hopefully one day.
So with that, how much, because you are newer to the field and you're trying to make your way, and now when I did some digging, you've been doing labs and different things within cybersecurity or within IT. So within your research of the career field, has there been anything that has stood out to you that you're really trying to get into, whether that's red team, blue team, analyst, engineer, pen tester, GRC, and our green team people that get neglected but are so necessary?
I did take a course that Jerry Ogier had, and I went through it really quick. It was a GRC master class. Of course, he didn't have a lot of labs and stuff, but it was eye-opening. It was something new.
Yeah, GRC is huge because there's so much to it, and that is where a lot of our red teamers and blue teamers get their leverage to do their jobs. That's where we're able to push for funding and things of that nature, is because of GRC, because of the policies and procedures and regulations and things of that nature. So looking into GRC isn't bad, because then even if you go blue team, it gives you that perspective of things that you can leverage to your advantage. So having that understanding is definitely worthwhile.
So, Cary, tell us a little bit more about your journey, your life up till now, and where you've been, and what made you want to look at this field. What was your driver to get here?
Well, I've played with computers, or I've been dealing with computers since the late 70s. With I had a bunch of those, what they call them now, the Trash 80 computers, the TSR 80. I had the first one and the second one and the third one. I had the one that looked like a desktop, and I even went through a course from 9th to 12th grade and showed us how to program. Then after I graduated, I went into the Navy, and I was a corpsman, and all the skills, apparently, I just gave up, and I didn't want to be called a nerd. And when I was a hospital corpsman, and even though it was peacetime, I was in the wrong crowd, and that's what I guess we're our own worst enemies, and that's where that's where I messed up. And then, of course, I got out at Christmas Day of '95, and then I had to do the extra years in with the Ready Reserve, and I was in South Carolina for until 2009. And during that time, I was trying to do computer repair. I was doing that on the side while I was working retail, and it was doing good until people were giving me stuff that I had to do miracles with.
Yeah.
And the last one I had to do, the guy was it was his son's computer, and when I turned it on, it froze because he was downloading all kind of stuff. So I had to go into DOS to scan the computer. And once I finally got it fixed and got the operating system back on, of course, it showed that there was three clusters of the hard drive that were going to fail. And so his hard drive was, and I told him, he didn't believe me. And then a month later, he comes back and says, my hard drive failed. Can you fix it? And I'm like, no.
No, I can't. It ain't going to happen.
and then, of course, I fell on my face for the last time, and it was New Year's of 2009, and I gathered everything in my car and I drove to Texas from South Carolina, and I'm in my great aunt's house from 2010 till now, and apparently I became a recluse behind the computer, and I was working in retail until I had my injuries. Just kind of gave up, but I mean, I've had some rough interviews. The last interview I had was, I would have rather jumped into a tank of sharks than to have the interview. But
that happens.
and of course, movies and stuff make hacking and make the cybersecurity look cool, even though I know that there's more behind that than what goes on behind the big screen.
Well, of course, you've got people like us that make, cybersecurity look awesome,
Yeah. and then, of course, I just finished watching Gary Oger, and they were in Clint, and they were doing the red versus blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's definitely something worthwhile. And we all have these issues in our lives. We all have times when we think it's not going to go right or there's going to be a problem. But and me and Eric have talked about it on several occasions on different shows and things of that nature, is just finding your footing, finding your path that's going to work for you. And so it's a job, and you got to find your job within that career field. And that's really what it comes down to, is doing your due diligence within the different areas of cyber, because you've done the computer repair side. That's where I got started, right?
Somebody told me I need to go back and do networking too. So I've been trying to get the networking certification, and it's not working.
Well, and the thing is that people don't understand that. I always say this all the time, is people that come and say, I need to learn cybersecurity. Well, cybersecurity is a field.
It's a massive field.
It's a massive field. It's like the same thing to say, I want to learn healthcare. Well, no, that's not right. It's like, do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to be an EMT? All these things. So within the field of cybersecurity, for everybody that's listening that may not know, there's 50, 60 different trades in there, and they might not be technical at the beginning. Some are process driven, some are teaching, some are communicating, some are, more technical, like vulnerability management and, red team and blue team and learning how to defend. So, and I always say, don't get so hyper focused on one particular. Learn, and you will find your passion.
Another one that I picked up on that was free is the CIP, or it's the I forget the name of it now. I forget the name of it, but it was something that was really cool, and they made it easy to learn. It's like the infrastructure security.
Yeah. One of the things I will say, and all right, so you said you struggled to learn networking. Let me fill you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
Little secret. I failed my CCNA, which is my only networking certification, my CCNA, I failed it 3 times before I passed it before. So failing is not the problem. You're gonna fail, and it's all about the learning process. And I'll be honest, it took for me to sit through a course on it. I couldn't self-learn it. I couldn't sit there and read a book and do it and do labs. It just didn't work for me. I had to have someone teach me it and ask questions. So it may go just be about how you learn. But just because you have not passed it or done what you were trying to do, you have not done it yet. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It doesn't mean you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Fail and fail fast. We talked about this. I like fail forward. Dang it,
Yeah.
Griffin.
Okay.
And the other thing about it is more important, and you know, everybody's so focused on certificates and certificates and certificates. I, as a, you know, person that's been in this field for 33 years now, I say, you know, I'd rather you have the training and know the skills than show me a certificate.
Right.
Okay. It's, you know, what are things that you can do? You know, doing home labs, doing projects, doing training that you do. I I love when somebody gives me a resume and says, I have a home lab and I've done this and I've done this other stuff and I've played in this, you know, capture the flag or this networking event or something like that. You know, sometimes that is more valuable to a hiring manager than somebody that comes and has 15 certs and I put them in front of a computer and they look at me like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that
It's called,
happens.
I've had that in the military.
Yeah.
I've seen that in other jobs. People get certifications and they become paper certs.
I will tell you something. I had a person, this is a real life experience. I had a person that came to me at a SOC that I was managing and had a master's degree in digital forensics. I asked this person, can you please image this drive for me because I need to do an analysis of this? And person with a master's degree in forensics didn't know how to do an just a capture of a drive.
Wow.
And that's happened to me. People that come out of college that know the theory but don't have keyboard skills. So sometimes it's more important to have that experience. So don't overly focus on getting these certificates. Learn the material, put it into practice. Once you do that, you will be able to pass the tests.
So let me ask you a question, Cary. I seen you know when you sent in the request to be on the show, that you've done labs and things like that and done computer work and things of that nature. So have you been working in like building home labs and like virtual machines and things of that nature? And if so, what have you been working on?
I have 2 virtual machines. I just haven't messed with them. I did get, when the person gave me, and of course I kind of cheated because the person that gave me the laptop, he put virtual VirtualBox on it for me, which of course I know how to put it on there, but he had it on there for me, and he's got Kali Linux, which I haven't played with, I haven't messed with yet. I've seen it and I've opened it up, just haven't messed with it. And then the second virtual machine it took forever to put on there was it's Microsoft Windows Server 2016.
So one of the things that I would advise to anybody new getting in the field, I have content of my own, but I don't do anything really outside of Kali Linux, ParrotSec, and security. You have people like KevTech, who I will promote all day, who will show you how to take that Windows Server box and turn it into a domain controller and turn it into a lab.
Okay.
And be able to build these things up. And that's the biggest thing. And so when we're looking at, I need to get into this job or that job, but my resume doesn't show it. It can't. It's just about, are you actively going out there and building these labs for free? Because you can do it for free. You can take any desktop and build it.
Yeah, definitely. And there's other ways to learn this. It's not just it's finding out where you want to be. So using the different labs that are out there, the different, you know, free information. What is it? Can somebody help me? I think it's code. There's one of the free code that has like a cybersecurity program that you can do for free, and it's very hands-on. If somebody can on the
Yeah,
chat,
please in chat. I don't know which one you're talking about. I know of Try Hack Me. I know of VHL, which is Virtual Hacking Labs, I think is what it is.
I did try Hack Me until
Code Academy.
somebody gave me a gave me a voucher, and then it expired, or they said that I canceled it when I never did, and then I had a problem trying to get back on until they had free stuff.
Yeah, there's Free Code Camp, Try Hack Me, Code Academy, Packet Tracer.
But I have been trying the free stuff.
Free Code Camp, I think it is.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways that you can go about getting your hands on the labs and doing different things, and even Hack the Box is now implementing a cloud security, like a pen testing the cloud type of lab format as well.
I might have to see how much it is, because I know that it's not free.
Actually, they have free and paid. You can do both.
Okay.
So it is very much.
Sorry about that.
James, you were right. So Cary, Free Code Camp, okay, has a information security certification. It's free, okay, that helps with that to get you started in the field, and it shows different things. The other thing is, of course, get with whole cyber human initiative. You know, they will help all those people that are getting in there and training. There's organizations out there for vets. VetSec does a lot of stuff with, you know, free stuff for veterans that are doing that. So, you know, I know, you know, as you can see, I was former Army. You know, sometimes we want to leave that life behind and stuff like that. But then, some, you know, there's a lot of different things that the VA does to support the veterans, you know, or organizations that will point you. One of our good partners that works with all of us here is Josh Mason, you know, at help me out, Cyber Warrior.
One of the programs that I'm using right now is from the VRAP.
The VRAP.
And they gave me a bunch of money, and that's why I'm taking back-to-back courses, and they're focused on the certifications.
So that's one of the things that I always mention to new people. If you see somebody that's focusing on certifications and not training,
well, they do bring you through the classes, and it's kind of, and they show you what's on the test, and they show you, and there's labs in the classes, so it's been pretty good.
Cyber Supply Drop was one of the ones that I was looking.
Okay? I just found it, and
I'm following them on LinkedIn.
Yep, and you tell them that we sent you.
All right. Okay?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, there's so many different ways to go about this. Now, here's what you have to understand, and here's what everybody listening has to understand, especially new people watching this that are trying to break into the field. Cybersecurity, especially IT as well, but most especially with cybersecurity, you have to be able to research, and you have to be able to put in a little bit of legwork. So if somebody were to come to me and say, hey, how do I crack a Windows password? I would say, what do you know? Paralysis and resource fatigue. Jax is spot on. There is a lot of resources out there. I get it. It can be really overwhelming with all the resources. What is your best advice for someone with analysis paralysis and not sure where to start?
Number one, watch CyberWarriorStudios, and okay, no, sorry, I had to do that.
Start here, right
Start here.
here.
And
We've had so many people on that can give you resources. Trust me. Start here.
actually, I will plug my channel, Eric Bellardo Cyber. I actually have a video on how to start in the field of cyber. It's
Yes.
it's called Cybersecurity is Not a Job. Look it up. It's on my YouTube channel, and it shows that analysis paralysis is when people start researching the field of cybersecurity, the first thing they do is, ooh, and I've heard this a million times, and we hear it all the time, is, ooh, cybersecurity is so cool. I want to learn how to hack.
I want to be a hacker.
I want to be a hacker.
But it's more than that.
Hack everything. Okay.
But it is. But that's the first thing everybody hears, or at least anybody. How do I hack Facebook? I want to be a hacker. I want to break into whatever without understanding the job and what it is and what else is out there.
So learning, first of all, is what I always do is personally, my learning mode is I like to build mind maps. So put a mind map out and say, this is interesting, and this is interesting, and this is interesting. And then looking at it and saying, what about this is interesting? And then I start going down the rabbit hole on the areas that I like or that I want to do. And that helps me focus into an area that is passion, because the field of cybersecurity and I always say this, different from other fields, this is a lifestyle, because the field changes every 5 years, every 3 years, so often it
All the
changes
time.
so you have to stay knowledgeable in the field that you're in. So you have to keep on learning. So it becomes a lifestyle of, I'm going and do my job, and I'm going to do my job, and then I'm going to go research, and I'm going to do learning, and I'm going to do courses. Look, like I say, I've been in this field for 3 decades. I'm still learning. I'm still doing courses. I'm still, going and doing Udemy courses and all these things to keep myself up. You said you had a bad interview. I'm going to tell you a story of an interview I had like 3 years ago. I went in and somebody actually says, "Oh, we need 10 years experience in this software." And I looked at the person and I said, how can you get 10 years experience in a software that has been around for 5 years? And they looked at me and I said, let me call the CEO of that company so that he can tell you that he only founded this company 5 years ago. And I left because we have these people that, can be a little bit of gatekeepers in our field. But it's all about learning the new technology. It's about learning the field that you're in, the trade that you're in, be it blue teamer and security, SOC or something like that, or GRC, or something else that gets your passion up.
Yeah, for sure. That's the biggest thing, is just finding what's going to help you. But Jax, you're not wrong. When you start researching, and it does get very overwhelming because there is so much to learn and so much to know. And I've told many of the people this. I have probably 30 books or so, if not more, on my bookshelf that I've never finished, because I literally start, see another topic that I want to learn more about, buy a new book, start that one, see another, and it just goes on. It's an endless cycle. So I understand how it can become overwhelming. But when it comes to the fact that I've been in the field, so for me, the constant learning, I'm used to it. So I'll go online, I'll build a lab, I'll do some research, I'll do whatever I need to do to get to where I need to be. If you're just breaking into the field, just starting, the best thing you can do is finish one thing, know it, and move on to the next. Finish that, know it, move on to the next. Because when you start getting all these bits and pieces, you don't have enough information to give everybody, to give a interviewer. So if you're applying for a network role and you understand IPs but not subnetting, it can make it difficult. If you go to a sysadmin role and you're like, oh yeah, I know Active Directory but don't know anything about GPOs, it can get difficult to be able to get that role. So it is very much, you have to find that initial focus and learn, and then move on from there and just keep growing. But if you are constantly jumping around, then you're never going to know enough to even get your foot in the door. And that's the hardest problem. Jack says it right here. Focus and intention is key. And that is very, very much true. What else do we have here? Yeah, and Jess Bishop. Jess, I love you. You've been in my Discord and on LinkedIn like crazy, just going nuts, especially since you got your job as, I believe it's a SOC analyst. And actually, I think she works nights now. So she's been doing crazy work and doing amazing things. So just keep it up. But yeah, Cary. So, as far as what you got going on now, what are the current courses or learning paths that you're currently on?
Well, right now I'm in that school. It's through training concepts, and I'm doing it online. And it's like every 2 weeks you go through a course, and then they want you to take a practice test. And of course, you have to score 90 on the practice test in order for them to give you a voucher, because they want you to pass the cert test. And then on the other things, I'm learning on my own that are free.
So you're going through almost like a boot camp to get the vouchers for
it's kind of like that, but to get the vouchers. And it's been I've been taking the night class from 4:30 my time till about 9.
Okay.
And then of course the courses, they show you the course and you go through it, and then there's labs, and so there's a little practical part of it too. So
yeah, the hardest part of it can be that focus. And what I want you to really think about, and this is for everybody listening, when you're doing these trainings and these learnings, is if you're in something that's providing a boot camp or a certification voucher or something like that, your sole focus should be on that, because you should want to be able to take in all that information and apply it. And if you're just going through to get that certification because you're like, oh, I'll learn it, doesn't necessarily work that way. If they're providing the information for you to truly understand the concepts and what is going on. I don't know the school. I've never attended it. I don't know how they teach. So I don't know if it's just pass the test or if it's an actual, we're teaching you how to do the job. But if they're giving you that knowledge, that should be your sole focus. Of course, you have your full-time job and everything else you're worrying about. But when it comes to the course, you shouldn't be trying to learn anything else. That should be where you pinpoint your focus.
Okay. So I messed up then with all this other stuff.
I wouldn't say you messed up. It's just that when you're trying to break into something and you know kind of the basics with like computer repair and stuff like that, it gets difficult. But Griffin down here has it. If you practice what they're teaching you, and you can do hands-on, it can help you retain it, which is very true. And I'm going to add on to that. If you write a blog or develop some type of YouTube or other content, even if you don't tell anybody else about that blog, if you just blog about the learning and the things that you're doing, especially from a practical side, that will also help you to retain it, because you're continuous. It's this continuous, you're just going to keep doing it. And then as you write it, you're doing it some more. If you're doing a practice, you're doing it some more. And it just helps reinforce that learning.
Okay.
Kimberly, I love Kimberly. She's awesome. I agree with that. It's okay, Cary. Many of us do it. And she's not wrong when it comes to just going and going. It's like a kid in a candy store. Yep.
Yeah, and find the way. We always say learn in public. There's, join a community that's going to be, your community, people that are going to keep you accountable. And you'd be surprised how many people out there are super helpful. They are, they take you by the hand and help you with everything that you're going through. We there's a lot of jokes about infosec, the community, about security being, sometimes a little bit hot, if you will. But
Hot-headed.
mm, but the good part is that if you find that community, you're going to have some people that are super supportive. A lot of the folks that are here on the chat that are talking, these are people that we all can go to and say, "Hey, I need help with this." And
Been really
they
helpful
can't
with
help
me.
you. Yeah, if they can't help you, they will connect you to 15 different people. So
Yeah,
it's important.
definitely. And it's build your tribe, it's build your community. It's and for right now with what you're trying to do, that community is going to be of so much importance, whether it's on LinkedIn, Discord, Twitter, wherever it may be. That community is so important because you can say, "Hey, I just learned this today." I think between Jess, Jess Bishop, who's in chat, and there's a few others on
I'm connected with
Twitter.
him on LinkedIn.
Yeah, there's a few others on Twitter that literally I see every day. Ness Hacks, actually, Ness Hacks is in chat too, and she's always putting up stuff that she's been learning. And it doesn't have to be a full thing. Just holy crap, I learned this today. I'm
Yep.
working on this today. I'm working on this. And then if they see you go silent, someone's going to reach out to you and go, "Yo, what's going on? Why aren't you, pushing? Why aren't you doing this?" And so there'll be that motivator to keep you going. And that's why your community and your network is so, so important. One thing that I always recommend is that people write out their learning plan for the next few months or year and where they are looking to be. You have to understand where you're going for success. John, didn't I talk about this a few weeks ago? God damn it. I swear I talked to this about on what was that thing I have, Eric, that I talked
Hold
about
on.
planning?
Every time he says the word podcast, we all
Damn it,
have
I
to
was
drink.
trying to get you to say
So everybody
it.
drink. Thank you very
Did you
much.
notice comment? I'm
Everybody.
gonna drain this. There's not much left. But yes, on my podcast I talked about that. Walk with me. If you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to it. I'm waiting for Buzzsprout to send me the 500 downloads.
Okay, and right here.
But
Right
anyways,
here.
Cybersecurity Central, of course, Kim, you would log in with this account.
Mhm.
Community is such a big part to our success because they understand what we're excited about and going through and keep us up. It's great. And it's so, so very true. Your community is going to be your biggest supporters.
Yeah.
And they're also, and I'm going to tell you bluntly, they're going to tell you when you're fucking up. And you have to be able to take the criticism with the positivity because they will be able to be the ones to tell you, "Hey, look, you're screwing shit up." And then at the same time, turn around and be like, "But you're doing this right. Fix this, but keep doing this."
Yeah,
And that's where
there's
your
a
community.
sergeant in the chat that's always telling us that we're fucking up, right?
Probably. I mean, I
Yeah,
always
that's
say that.
sergeant right there. Sergeant A something? I don't know.
Oh man, Sergeant AR is a pain in my ass.
Mhm. So the community is very important, Carrie, and it's something that. So how are you? Like you said, what are the things that you are doing right now to engage those people that are helping? You said LinkedIn. Talk us
Yeah.
through that.
Well, I guess I need to do some more work. I haven't done.
But
I've done enough to get me where I can where I can get I've done enough where I can be dangerous.
okay. But yeah, definitely.
But I need to do more.
Yeah, Twitter, LinkedIn, the Discords. I think that's
And I am
always
in Discords.
that's very
I
important.
have one.
Yeah, I'm
Eric
in yours.
has one.
I'm in Eric's, and I've got a whole bunch of other ones.
Look, I got people right here telling me right now. All right, I don't know who this homie is, but they always blame me. Look, Anthron, whoever you are, you're right to blame me. It probably is my fault. I'll take it.
We always
Um,
blame you.
but we've got, Kim right here. Cary, give yourself more credit because you network with them every day. It's very true. I would not have you on this show. I knew nothing about you. Would you like to know why you're on this show?
Yes, I would like to know why I'm on the show.
Because when I asked for new people that I want on this show that are trying to break into cyber, it was Jax that tagged you in it.
Jason.
Of course, it's
I
Jason.
know Jax. She was the best. She's the one that's been motivating me and keeping me going.
And Jax is so if you talk about networking, you are already in with the right crowd. You are already in with people that are going to push you to do better every day.
Who is that Jax person? I don't know.
Oh, Jax from Outpost Gray?
Outpost Gray.
What does she do? What?
She can kick my ass is what she does. I've seen her post. She could beat the shit out of me and I won't even deny it.
I'm gonna get beat now.
And
no.
You know what? I got this right here from Jax, and it's very true. And Cary, I'm gonna touch on this. Cary is a rock star. He just needs to believe. Cary, I'm gonna be honest with you. From the moment you got on here, before Eric signed on, when we were in backstage, I could tell from your demeanor, you were very subdued. You don't believe in yourself, and that is where things have to change.
Okay.
Because you have so much potential that you don't see within yourself. And because of that, that shines through on every test, every exam, everything that you do. You're not giving forth the confidence that you need to be able to. Be confident.
Or do not. There is no try.
Damn straight. You got this. And we got Baby Yoda behind Eric somewhere.
Yeah.
Why'd you have Grogu turned around?
Because his eyes were making my camera unfocused.
Okay. Okay.
You guys know the camera's been unfocused because it's trying to focus on Baby Yoda's eyes.
Yeah. So it's been you've got to push forward, man. You got this. You just got to believe in yourself.
See, there you go.
Yeah, all right. I get what you're talking about. I was wondering why your camera kept going out of focus. It normally
it's because of Baby Yoda.
Ah, okay.
He's using the Force.
But you got to believe in yourself. And it's not
okay.
belief. It's
Hold on. Stop for a second. Stop for a second. Read this.
Cary, look at this chat stream when you're feeling in doubt so you can see how many people support you. Very true. Because it's been all about Cary today. He's breaking out of his shell. It's been almost a year. He's been in the community. He's made some huge changes. Small steps. It's coming. Very true. One thing for Cary and other newer people to understand, John Good chiming in, is to not get overwhelmed by trying to do all the great advice at once, but try to do better every day, week, month, and year.
And John has a great YouTube channel as well for you to look.
Outpost Gray, John Good, KevTech IC support, but look, take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
One step
Just
at a
watch
time.
my videos, Don't worry about the other ones there.
Oh.
Hey, Eric, look at the camera, homie. But yeah, it is. It's all about just taking it that one day at a time. So here's what, dude, even Grogu being turned around, he's pissed at you now. That's what it is, Eric. So here's the thing. Even with one step at a time, it comes down to what Eric said, learning in public and putting that out there. You've said you've struggled in interviews, which is hard for a lot of people. I tend to be overconfident in interviews.
You tend to be overconfident everywhere.
Shut up. All right. I'm a fucking rock star. Get that shit out of
Cary? Do you see what I have to do?
But you need to challenge yourself one day at a time. And you only ever compare yourself to how you were the day before. Late for the party. Good to see you. Oh, KevTech IT support in the house.
Yeah.
There he is. But yes, you just compare yourself to how you were yesterday. Are you doing better? Did you learn something new? Are you learning something new the next day? And if you have to take a break for a day or two, that's fine.
Yeah. Don't
But
beat
then
yourself up.
get back at it. It's all about, patience and understanding that nothing is immediate. We live in a society of immediate gratification.
Oh yeah, I know
Knock
that.
that shit off. You've been around long enough, Cary, just like me and just like Eric, to know that shit doesn't fucking exist. Not when it comes to your career. Take it a day at a time and work for it. And eventually you'll get there. If it means something to you, if it's something that matters, you'll get there. The only time you give up is when it doesn't matter enough, when it's not as important.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. I've only been in this field a little while, though. I ain't been around since Moses like Eric has.
Yeah, my first tablet was, stone,
It's true. He ain't lying. But so yeah, so the program you got going on now that you have these tests for, which I had to do that shit in the Army too, or Air Force, I forget which one. Just concentrate on that. And Kimberly got it. Focus on your program now and resources that focus on that, one step at a time.
Okay.
You've got this. And that's what it is. So if you Oh yeah, I did do a Motivation Monday video on that one.
Yeah.
CyberWarriorStudios said another video. Ignore the haters and pick yourself back up. We all got haters. If you ain't got no one to hate on me. That's a Cat Williams quote, but it is well worth stating again.
I'm good. I can hate on you.
Hey, I'm all for it. But you do just take what you're learning now and push forward with that. Learn from others that are going to teach you the same thing. Don't try going outside the realm. So if you're learning networking now, take what they're teaching you and look at other videos that are going to reinforce that training.
Yep.
Don't try going to something different.
Okay.
And reach out to the folks out there. They will give you some more reinforcing material on wherever you are. You're doing your course. Maybe you're finding something a little bit hard to understand or to get there. Reach out to the folks that are here supporting you and say, look, I'm having a problem in, subnetting, which I still have a problem. The
Don't
hell
we all?
subnetting? Okay. It's like reach out to somebody. Yeah.
Reach out and touch someone. No, I can't sing. My wife would kill me. Eric helped develop the anti-Cathera mechanism. What the hell is that, AR?
Go look it up. It's it's the first computer that, was found in a dive. It's like something like 7,000 years old.
Now I'm going to have to look that up.
Oh
I'm gonna have
wow.
to Google that. I'm a DuckDuckGo it. I don't do Google anymore. I'm a DuckDuckGo it.
Ay, carajo.
Google knows enough about me from being in my home with Google Home. They don't need to know my search history too, damn it.
If I die, just empty my Google cache.
Look, James Driscoll, who's going to be on the show coming up. Eric helped God with the stone printers. You're not wrong. But I need to put James back up here. Cary, nobody is going to let you fail. We all want you to succeed. James Driscoll coming through again. And yes, he'll be on the show as well. I invited him. I think in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to happen. You just got to get there. And for anybody who doesn't realize and didn't read the chat earlier, fail is the first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning. James, 2 weeks. Next week is Rebecca Fisher. And then I've got a very, very special episode on October 14th coming up for my 100th episode. So, Eric, me and you need to work on that. We're going to talk about it. I sent Jax a message, but Jax hasn't answered me yet.
Yeah, she doesn't want She doesn't want
But I do have a huge episode coming up on October 14th. Hopefully. It'll be my 100th episode. So that week, whatever day it is, we'll figure it out. It's going to be like 2 hours. So, But yeah, so Cary, I would definitely say just keep going, man. Keep pushing,
All right.
keep making waves in networking. LinkedIn and Twitter are your best friends.
Yeah.
They really are. Eric developed crypto with the Romans. It's true. He did.
And
he was roaming around.
Jax, I did send you a LinkedIn message. I don't want to hear it. It wasn't for today. It's for the 14th. I'm trying to arrange some special shit. I did send you a message. I'll send you another one, damn it. KevTech got every beer. Every Friday is Beer Friday. He knows me too well. I love you, Kev.
so, Cary, I'm going to ask you a question that we're going to ask everybody towards the end of the show. So I want you to think about this. If there is something that you can ask, or what can the community do for you? What is it that you would ask the community for help? And what are things that you would say, how can we help you?
Good question.
That's a hard question.
Mhm. And I'll preface this where a lot of folks like you are very humble, and we have not grown up asking for help. But in this, yeah, I mean, all of us do it where we don't ask for help. But that's one of the things that I tell everybody, all the students, all the people in Raices. I say, look, community, family, infosec, information security, cybersecurity community is a network, is a family. So we need to help each other. But we don't know because we're busy as well with our things. So what is it that you, if you know, in a perfect world, what would you ask us?
Hmm.
Ooh, hot seat.
Yeah. In the perfect world.
Okay.
That I don't know.
That's the purpose of the
Okay.
question.
To speak
Okay.
up and down. Okay. No one knows until I say something.
Jack likes this question.
Yeah, I liked it too. It made me think.
Okay. So think about it, and really internalize what Kev said. Okay. Is no one knows what you need unless you say something. All of us that are here, every single one of these people in the chat, if we don't know that you need help in an area, help in networking, even when we have a career change and we're going from one place to the other, hey, I'm looking for a job, who do you know where there's jobs when we're learning, it's like, look, I don't understand this thing. Can you put me in touch with somebody that knows? Okay. Boom. So it is very important to speak out, ask the question.
Okay.
Okay. So if you had to pick one thing that you need right now, what would it be?
I would ask to help to get into an internship so I can get the hands on.
Okay. Good, good, good. Okay.
And that's a big thing because here's the thing. You know what internships are about? Internships are about understanding the theory but not having the hands-on experience. So if you understand the theory, internships are all for the hands-on experience. And Jax, once again, coming through. This is
Because
a self-reflection question.
every interview that I've been at, they say they like my skills, but then I get to the experience part of it, and then I hear crickets because
Yeah.
I don't have the experience.
So two things. In information security, in the field of cybersecurity, experience doesn't just have to be a job. It's those other things that we talked about doing the labs or
The labs and
CTFs, or, what have you built to train, to practice? Put things in there. KevTech has a lot of information about building your own
I've got
help,
a bunch of his, and I
you
have some of his things that
home
he's.
labs, you know? So when you look at that and you put that in your resume and say, I don't have experience, but I've done X, Y, and Z, okay, that could translate into experience. That could translate. Like I said, as a hiring manager, when I see somebody that I've done this practice, I've done this course, it doesn't have to be Sec Plus or a GSec or anything like that. You come to me and you say, I've done these 10 Udemy courses, or I've done the free code camp, or I've done all of these other ones. These free certificates, it shows that you've got a passion and that you've done something. And that's equally as valuable. The other thing, yeah, like Jason said, build a portfolio. Okay.
And I want to touch on this before you continue. I want to touch on what we have on the screen right now from Jax, because it is a self-reflection question, and it is something that I have talked about on Motivation Monday. It's something me and Eric have talked about. It is something that we've talked about on the show and my podcast. I'm going to drink for that one. But you must know yourself. So much in life we get away, and we don't ever look at who we are and what's going on in our. We don't take that introspective look in ourselves. Before anybody can help you, and before you can help anybody else, you have to know yourself. You have to know exactly what you want in life, what you're going for, and what your goals are. You have to know all these things, and you have to know your why. Why are you doing all this? Why are you wanting this career? Why do you want to do and make these changes? And it has to be powerful. It has to be something that through thick and thin, no matter how many times you fall, you're going to pick your ass back up and you're going to keep going. Because if your why isn't strong enough to do that, then it's not powerful enough. You need that why for you to be in that career field, whatever career field it is. And I can take that off the screen now. Eric. Hold on. Mike. Is this good old Mike? I think Mike Miller is in the chat. I think. I don't know. He just got his own YouTube channel. So if you're not following Mike Miller, please go follow Mike Miller.
He always
on
has
YouTube.
stuff in LinkedIn.
He does. He now has a YouTube channel. So
okay,
go find Mike Miller on YouTube.
Find that on YouTube.
Yeah.
I have been talking to him about his socks and sandals thing.
But yeah, man, it's there's so many. Should we all get our own YouTube channels? Actually, William Bailey, I would suggest it. Either that or a blog. I mean, I'll promote both of them, but either that or a blog, because you're either gonna do a vlog or a video log of your learning journey.
It depends. I mean, some people are more they like writing. Other people would do best doing podcasts. They like talking. Other people like to be on camera, like these bozos are right here.
I'm sexy, so I love it.
Yeah. So it's find your way. It could be microblogging, like being on Twitter and showing what you got, or on LinkedIn, and just find where your niche is for that.
Yeah, for sure. And Mike, look, and I say this because Mike Miller, who has helped so many people, has made his mark on LinkedIn in my eyes in the cybersecurity community, and is now kind of spreading out. Not Mike Miller, but thanks. Then Mike, I don't know who you are, homie. But There's podcasts. Actually, Jack said it. There's podcasts. There's YouTube channels. There's writing. There's microblogs. There's so many ways. But it goes back to what Eric said. Learning in public. Putting an idea to your name. A brand to your name. And it doesn't mean coming up with a moniker or a company. It's just who you are and what you represent. Are you going to practice blue team? Are you going to be a pen tester? Whatever it is, that's what you want to put out there. And there's Raíces Cyber. That's what I like to see. Always wear an army hat. Wear Raíces Cyber, homie. Come on. But but it's okay. After that long night in Paris, Derek shocking. I've never been to Paris, homie. Never. Only country I've ever been to is Kuwait and Canada, with a small layover in Germany. So, Mike, me and you are gonna have to talk after this. You're gonna have to hit me up. I need to figure out who the hell you are now, because now I'm curious because you're fucking with me. But there's so many things you can do that will get your voice heard, that'll get your name out here. This show is the start, Cary. I want this to be the start for you. I have seen so many people take from this show and go on to do great things. You look at Makeshift. You look at so many others that came on this show and went and made a name for themselves and are doing better than I am. And I'm okay with that because I want to see their success. I want to see you get higher and further than I have. So take what you learn from here, build a brand for yourself, and keep it moving. Because you, who have been in the military, know how to keep it moving, how to learn and grow. And you need to adapt and overcome. The world is going to change. But you can keep going with it. Let's see. What do we have? We got a new person, Jenny Housley. Hey, Jenny, thanks for joining. I don't know you. So thanks for being here. We got so many new people today. I'm loving it. Who all is in here? Dancing Granny. There she is. There's Dancing Granny. I'm loving it. And one of the other things you can do, and this is something from Kimberly, you can put out videos and walkthroughs without showing your face by using a presentation deck instead, or sharing your screen. Doesn't mean your mug has to be all over channel if you don't want. But I'm so beautiful, Kimberly. No, she's right. You don't have to show your face. Again, this is where it comes down to writing and videos and just doing different things. Your face doesn't have to be out there, but your name should. Your name should be attached to something that shows who you are, what you're learning, and what you can do. Because to be anonymous doesn't mean you can't get a job. It just makes it harder this day and age. It doesn't mean you can't. It just makes it a hell of a lot harder. So networking and everything else like that is where you're going to find your bread and butter and where things are going to get better for sure. I still want to know who Mike is. Beautiful was not the word I would have thought of, Derek. Fine, William. What word then? Dead sexy? I mean, we can go with that one. I know how good I look. Come on now.
Yeah. All right. So Cary, it was wonderful having you here today. I hope to see the progress in your career. Like I said, think about it. What is it that the community that you can ask that you need? Look at that introspection and look at the folks that are backing you, because you've got a lot of folks here. Look at this chat, look at your stuff, and carry on.
Yeah. I might get carried away.
Did you hear carry
there it is.
Carry away? Yeah, there you go. I like it. See? That's what we want to see. Bring it on, buddy.
Okay.
But no, what if there's any questions, anything you need from the community, if you could ask anything right now as far as like from
Right now, I
Sergeant.
see that I need to go back and like one of them said to go back with the basics and then and continue what I'm doing. And there was one of the ones that I know that I'm learning. It's with the cloud and server, and the cloud's still new, so I need to do a lab with that.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely go through and reach out. Uh, whether it's Kimberly, Jack, Sergeant AR, myself, so many others. But this is what I will ask, and this is what I ask everybody that's asking for help:
Okay.
is what research have you done
And
on that particular
and I
topic?
know that I need to do more stuff and that I haven't done.
If I ask you a question about a topic, especially if you come to me with something that is Cary connected with you on LinkedIn. All right, so you got a new LinkedIn connection from this, Cary. There you go. But if somebody asks you for something, if you ask somebody, especially something on a more basic topic, and they ask you a question about it, you should be able to provide a little bit of research of what you've
And
done.
that's my problem. I haven't done the homework.
Yeah. For those who are confused, I am Sergeant AR. Yes, yes, he is.
We know
He's an asshole. Love you. Actually, me and him played beer pong together in North Carolina. It was a blast.
Well, the other thing that I want to say as we start wrapping up is, as you guys know, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. We're right almost at the middle here. And then in a few days, we start in about 7 days. Cybersecurity Awareness Month starts. So reach out, join, our family and Raíces Cyber. Touch, touch, reach out and touch.
Let's
Okay.
touch somebody.
So come and see us. Come and join us. Raíces Cyber. You guys all know the links. Again, it's for Hispanic, Latinos, Latinas, and all our allies that are coming in. So it's an all-inclusive association. So come join us. There's a lot of people learning in public there. So Cary, and I know you were in there as well. So come see us and come communicate there. Okay.
Okay.
Definitely, definitely. So as we close things off, as always, I am the Cyber Warrior. This is Cyber Warrior Studios and the Security Happy Hour. And before we go, look, I just want to thank everybody who has joined us. And I want everybody to know that week after week, we are going to have, as the clapping finishes, we are going to have new people on the show. So if you're a hiring manager, a security director, or whatever the hell else, and you are looking for new people, this is where you want to be. Whether it's an intern, your first year, your second year, you're going to want to be here to find them, because guess what? From here on out, we got all new people that are trying to break in. So I hope that you tune in every week live on Security Happy Hour. And I will definitely see you all in the next one.